Hello, Centralia. I'm Shane Lothar.
And I'm Rachel Roddy.
And this is Centralia on Air. Thank you so much for joining us. Last week on the show, we had Carrie Day in studio. Carrie came by to get everyone pumped up for the BPW's upcoming Through the Decades Trivia Night. Speaking of decades, there's the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and then the weird knots or aughts. Have you heard this?
No.
That was the 2000s.
Okay.
Some people call it the knots, but British people call it the aughts or something, or vice versa. Anyways, this decade, though, the one that we're in right now, doesn't really have a name at all.
Really?
Most people just say the 2010s.
Oh, year I graduated.
Right. There's no cool name, though.
So come up with a cool name.
Oh, right now, here on the spot?
Yeah. Can you do that?
I don't know. It's the teens, right?
Yeah, next year will be 20s. We'll be back to the 20s.
Thank you, yes. So, just another year. We'll be back in the roaring 20s.
I think that would be so cool for a New Year's Eve party.
Bust out your flapper dresses, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to be a gangster.
You
think gangsters will come back? I know exactly what your gangster name would be.
Oh, boy.
Rowdy Roddy. I can just see you kicking down the door. Everybody down. This is a stick-up.
What?
I'm Rowdy Roddy.
I'm Rowdy Roddy. You don't state your name.
Oh, yeah, they just know.
Yeah.
I would not have a cool gangster name.
I can't think of one for you.
Shane O'Mac. Shane O'Malley. Babyface Shane. No, that's not me. Anyways, that was last week. But this is this week.
That's right. On today's show, we have Derek Burwell in studio with us today from Kaskaskia College. He stopped by to talk about their paramedicine program. All right, Derek, thank you so much for being here today with us. Before we dive in, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm the program coordinator for the paramedicine program at Kaskaskia College. I also work full-time for AirVac Life Team as a program director. For about the past 8 years, I've been in EMS as a paramedic. About the past 4 years, I've been a flight paramedic full-time. And then I recently took over the program director job for AirVac 11 out of Mount Vernon about 6 months ago.
So, Derek, what is paramedicine?
If I had to define paramedicine, I would say that it is the acute care of patients in the 911 environment. So when someone dials 911, most of the time you're going to see some combination of EMS providers, but usually in the ambulance you will have a paramedic on those ambulances for most 911 systems. And then there is also an interfacility transfer portion or component to that as well. So.
What is this program at KC all about? What kind of things do you guys study? How long is the program?
We study for 5 semesters total, so that covers a didactic portion as well as a clinical portion, which is consists of about 525 clinical hours during that time. During the didactic portion of the program, we cover everything from medical emergencies to cardiac emergencies to airway management, up to the point of rapid sequence intubation, those type of things. So we cover every spectrum of age group from infant to adult. So when the guys leave our program, they're actually very prepared for just about anybody they could encounter in the environment or the local community that they would serve.
And where do you guys do your clinicals?
We actually have multiple clinical sites, so we range from St. Mary's in Centralia to Lifestar, down to Lytton Ambulance in Mount Vernon, Good Sam in Mount Vernon, over to Washington County to their hospital, as well as their EMS agency, Breeze, Illinois, over to Clay County.
Wow.
So we range quite a large area for clinicals, but it does introduce students to a wide variety of environments, communities, and groups of people.
So with such a variety, the students that are in the program those are also students maybe that are wanting to be nurses or EMT or?
To be entered into the program, they have to have an EMT license. That doesn't exclude nurses from that program at all, because we actually do see a lot of CNAs and those type of things coming over to our program. And then as a college, we actually introduce those people back to nursing program a lot. So that does happen, but the majority we have to have an active EMT license or a pending license as an EMT, either in the state of Illinois or a national registry license or certification to be entered into the program. So
Okay.
Shane, have you ever rode in an ambulance?
I have. Consciously and unconsciously, probably. I had a emergency appendectomy a few years ago, so I think they had to take me from one hospital to the other. That was an ambulance ride.
Yeah, I went from Salem Hospital to Centralia Hospital when I had my gallbladder taken out.
I'm sure that was a fun ride.
You know, how they, like the EMTs and the driver and all of that, they are just like, they know what they're doing. Like, there's like no question. They're just whipping you around. Like, it's crazy.
I'm always impressed how much stuff is in that little ambulance, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's all packed away, and they know right where it is, and
Yeah.
Very much smaller versions of just about anything you would see in an emergency department really is what we have, but they're all put into a transport size, so everything's a little bit more miniature.
Yeah.
Maybe have a little bit less capability, but as a whole, that's about what you'll see.
Yeah, I knew the guy who was riding with me in the back, so at least he talked to me and kept conversation. So, why would someone want to join this program?
People will join our program for all kinds of reasons. Most of the time, it is to be a paramedic in the street. So for a 911 service or a transfer service, as we would call, that do primarily inter-facility transfers. But many people actually come see us for a career in flight a lot of times, to either be a flight paramedic or with goals to go to nursing school and become a nurse and do the same thing, to fly. I've seen just as many people going to become a paramedic to go to med school or, like I said, back to nursing school or some type of bigger goal at the end, and it's kind of just a stop along the way, or they make a career out of it like myself.
Now, you said you're a flight medic, right?
Yeah.
Was, okay. Now, all that really means is same kind of deal, but up in the air, right? In the helicopters?
Yeah. We have just a little bit more training and a little bit more requirement at that level. But, yep, same licensure, same program, and people who come out of this program could just as easily become a flight paramedic as a ground paramedic.
Do you prefer being in the air or on the ground?
I would say that if I had to choose, my heart was set in the air. It was a great environment to be in. Worked with some of the best people out there, some of the sharpest, and most definitely some of the best flights and patient scenarios I've ever seen. And
I mean, when you're in the air, like, it's serious.
Yeah, we definitely have our days that we see those people.
Yeah.
You get to put a really good hand on recovery for people and putting them on the right track for the future. So we put an active hand in getting people where they need to be on a much quicker basis, and especially to higher levels of care, such as trauma centers that aren't accessible nearly as easily by an ambulance.
So, is there a thing whenever you have a certain amount of flights, you get like your wings or something?
Yeah, actually, AirEvac's one of the unique programs that actually does that. So they count by there's different milestones in our company. So you start with your first flight wings that don't have a number on them, and then we do 50, 100, 250, 500, 750, and then past that we go up by 500 every time.
Okay.
So yeah, as soon as you hit those milestones, that we present those to our employees, so they get to hold on to them. So at the end of your career, you have a whole, you have a very large assortment of wings. Yeah.
And those are numbers of flights or miles?
Numbers of patient flights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many do you have?
I was just shy of 500 when I left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I saw my cousin just got 50.
Yeah,
So.
It's very exciting. And they actually, we mirror the military wings, so they actually change in the way they look, the color that they have based on how many flights you have. So there is like a hierarchy as you get higher. So it's very exciting. It's exciting for all of our people. So we do that, and then we do service pins for the years that you've spent with the company as well. So if you ever look around at those guys, you can check their badge and see how many flights they've actually had.
I'll notice that now. Will you do that again sometime?
I would love to get back to flying, but right now with the job that I have, I love it too. So
Yeah. Okay.
definitely.
So, Derek, if someone is interested in the paramedicine program, what can they do? Who should they contact?
You can contact myself. Being the program coordinator, I'm the one that really looks over transcripts, those kind of things, make sure that we confirm licensures. And a lot of times I like to meet with the students and make sure that they are aware of the length of the program and what they're going to get involved with. EMT is more of a one-semester program, so the commitment is a little bit smaller, but a 5-semester program, really, we dive really deep into physiology and pathophysiology and patients, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of commitment put into it. And then the clinical hours that we put in, like I said, is amounts to 525 hours, and those are scheduled on your own time, so it takes a lot of
Discipline?
self-discipline.
Commitment, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of hinted at this, I think, but what's the biggest difference between a paramedic and an EMT?
The difference is the amount of time that you went to school. So usually, like I said, EMT school is usually a semester over 16 weeks. Paramedic program usually runs over a year or 5 semesters like we do. And really the primary difference is the amount of patient care that you provide. So an EMT basic does basic airway maneuvers. They have a smaller list of medications that they can help and assist with. And then really the procedures that they're able to do are pretty, all jokes aside, basic, the very basic maneuvers, where once at the paramedic level, we usually see between 30 and 40 medications on the ambulance. We do advanced airway maneuvers from endotracheal intubation with advanced skill and advanced equipment up to surgical airways and those kind of things. So there's a lot of things that change with the procedures that we're able to do.
And is there always a paramedic in the ambulance?
If you ever look at the ambulances, you can really tell off the side of them. So if you guys ever look at a LifeStar ambulance specifically, it says advanced life support. If it's an ALS ambulance, they have to have a paramedic on board, at least one. Usually the normal crew that you'll see on an ALS ambulance is usually a paramedic and a basic. They run us together. But many of your volunteer services don't have an ALS service. They have a BLS service or a first responder service, and then those agencies would not have a paramedic on board.
Okay.
So tell us again, if someone's interested in the program, how they can get a hold of you to know more information, or can they go online anywhere and find information?
Yeah, the information will actually be on the KC website on the Paramedicine page. We also have an EMS education Facebook page that is directly linked to me. I'm the one that answers that most of the time, so they can contact me through that medium, as well as my office. So if they call main campus, ask for my office, they'll be directed towards that. Or they can email me anytime, and that email is dburwell@kaskaskia.edu.
Okay.
All right, Derek, anything else you'd like to add?
I don't believe so. I look forward to seeing some people.
Yeah.
Some new recruits.
Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah. All right, Derek, thank you so much for being here today, and we look forward to talking to you again sometime.
Thank you very much.
You are listening to Centralia on Air with Shane and Rachel. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Shane and Rachel here. You're listening to Centralia on Air. Rachel, how you doing? How's it going? You know what? Don't answer that. I already know how you're going. How's it doing?
What?
You're sick. I'm sick. We're sick.
We're sick.
Everybody's sick.
Everyone.
Everybody has some kind of cold.
Okay, but after last week when I said, knock on wood, I haven't been sick or had the flu.
You know this is not real wood.
Well, I didn't know that until now.
Dear listeners, are you sick? We're sick.
Yeah.
We have colds and whatnot.
Everyone has a cold in the building.
Most of my house has it.
Ugh, that's no fun.
No, not at all. What do you do for colds?
Drink a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I always drink a lot of water.
Well, I know that. So do I usually.
So that didn't work. What's next?
Okay. Get rest.
I could probably get more rest.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what I think happened. So I'm like go, go, go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And last Saturday, I finally just laid down on the couch all day, watched TV, didn't do anything.
And this is your
slept in.
punishment.
I feel like it.
It caught up with you.
Yeah. It was like all like, stop, you got to be sick.
Idle hands, Rachel.
Like I stopped moving.
Idle hands are the devil's playground. That'll teach you to take a break.
Yeah, right? So I just keep going. No breaks.
Keep going till you're 65.
Yeah, then I'm quitting. Mm-hmm. Okay, what else do you do?
For colds?
Yeah.
I got to plug Dayquil, NyQuil. That's the only thing that gets me through the day.
Yeah, this medicine I was taking made me so dizzy. I quit taking it.
All that medicine tastes so bad, so I just take the capsules, the pills, throw a couple back, and see you later.
See you later.
I might not remember it. But,
What? You get a little loopy on Dayquil?
Yeah, when you do it back to back like that, Dayquil, NyQuil, Dayquil, NyQuil. I don't know where I'm coming or going.
But most importantly, have you been washing your hands?
Yes, hand sanitizer.
Wash hands.
Repeatedly.
Hand sanitizer. Wash hands. Hand sanitizer.
Wash your hands with hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
I saw you were washing the hand sanitizer jar the other day.
Yeah. You touch it with your nasty hands.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. And then stay home. But I didn't do that.
I might have. This place can't run without you, though.
Oh, that's not true.
You're not allowed to stay home.
So stay home. And then when you stay home, disinfect. Did you do that?
No.
Uh-oh. What'd you do? Leave that for the wife?
No. I don't think she did it either. Our house is contaminated.
You better get in there and disinfect.
We need a big tent around it.
Yeah. There you go. There's your plans for the week. Disinfect your house.
Kill the cold.
Kill the cold.
Is it time?
Time for what?
Hashtag Wednesday Wonders.
Yeah. Wednesday
Hashtag
Wonders.
Wednesday Wonders.
Shane did not help me with this one.
This was all Rachel.
Yeah. He had no input. So, I came up with some crazy things.
It was a little random, wasn't it?
It was real random. It was mostly about you. But I feel like, and then I thought back, all of them are about you, right?
Well, you're the one answering it.
I know. It was a little silly. But, hashtag Wednesday Wonders. Do you have a nickname?
You have many nicknames.
I do. That's ridiculous.
Some of them we will not repeat on
What?
air.
That's not true.
I kind of did. Some people used to call me Shaner when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And a couple of people call me Shano. But I'm not around those people anymore, so the wife calls me Hubster.
Hubster?
Yeah.
All the time?
Well, not all the time. It's that and idiot.
Okay. Yeah, most of my nickname is just, well, my whole family calls me Ray Ray. So, my one brother calls me Rafus.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know when it got started, but he's just always called me Rafus.
That's weird.
Yeah, he's weird.
Love you, brother.
Yep. And, okay, next one was, most people have a nickname. But
Oh, yeah.
next one, everyone said yes to this. Have you ever ran a red light?
Everybody?
Everyone.
Oh, my gosh.
Everyone has ran a red
I
light.
just did last week.
Yeah?
Accidentally. In Salem. There is a light that is almost always green that recently has not been always green. And, I accidentally blew right through it.
Yeah. Have you ever went through the light and then after you already went through it, you're like, man, was that green or was that red?
You question yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Usually when I'm on Dayquil.
Oh, okay. And then, have you ever cheated on a test?
Most people have.
Yeah.
I think I have, probably.
I know I have.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
Do you want me to tell you the way I did one time?
Yeah?
It's crazy.
Is it going to be a tip for kids?
Yeah, probably. So don't do this. But I did.
Do as she says, not as she did.
So I wore tennis shoes, an old pair of tennis shoes. And I wrote the answer on my shoe, on like the bottom of my shoe.
Okay.
Not on the bottom, but like on the side of my shoe. I don't remember if it was like Scantron, like A, B, whatever. Somebody had given me the answer to the test.
Oh.
And so I wrote like A, B,
1A,
C. Yeah.
2C.
Yeah.
On your shoe.
On the side of my shoe.
And you just kicked your foot up there.
Yeah, and like rested my foot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Rachel Roddy.
Desperate.
How'd you do on the test?
Great. The teacher was probably like, what?
I
How'd
didn't
she
make
do
this
so
hard
well?
enough. Rachel Roddy passed.
She has a D in the class, but she got an A on the test. I don't even remember what class it was or what it was for. But I did that.
Just my lucky shoes, teach.
Yeah. Don't do that at home, though. Or at school. Don't do that at school. Okay, next one. Have you ever met someone famous? I have not. Some people had. One girl met Kelsey Ballerini. She wrote in. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, who is that?
A singer.
Yeah, it's okay. That's what I thought.
Country singer.
Country singer, right.
Yeah.
I've met some band members.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reliant K, Blindside.
Okay.
My mom almost met Larry Bird.
Really?
Yeah.
Almost?
Almost. They were at the same gas station.
Ooh, that's cool.
And she didn't quite know if it was him or not. And so she saw him, but she did not go up to. Later, she found out that it was him.
Oh, cool.
Talked to the gas station attendant.
I can't even imagine being famous and then you can't even go to Walmart.
Oh my
or
gosh.
anywhere
Yeah.
without somebody coming up to you.
It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
To be popular and to be known for something, that's cool, but then people are going to bug you the rest of your life.
Yep. Okay, next one. Have you ever snuck out of the house?
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, a lot of people had. I mean, a lot.
Mommy and Daddy, if you're listening,
Did you sneak out?
turn it down for a second. Yeah.
Oh my. So did I. But I never got caught. Did you get caught?
No.
Oh, that's
No.
good.
I snuck out to go volunteer down at the soup kitchen, though.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Not that. My parents, when I was a senior in high school, they built on, when I was born, they built onto the house because they didn't have enough room for me, basically.
Wow. They just... They did everything for you.
No, they did it for my
They
brothers.
literally built on a
They
room
had
for
to.
you. They wanted to.
So that room has an outside door. So Ryan and Jason
gosh.
had it in high school.
Yeah, okay.
And they never let me have that room until like my senior year.
Finally.
So that's like easy access. I mean, you have your own door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how I snuck out. I didn't like crawl through a window or anything. Like
No.
that. Next one. Have you ever been stalked by an ex?
Ooh. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
How would you know if they're a good stalker?
Oh, yeah, that's true. So I asked this because January is actually Stalking Awareness Month.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
I know. So there were a lot of people who had been stalked by an ex. You know, followed around. I mean, I have, right?
You have a long list of stalkers. Don't you?
Oh, yeah. Long list.
Isn't January something else, too?
Oh, yeah, this goes perfect with our flu. January is also National Soup Month.
Okay. Celebrate January. It's soup month.
Yeah. What's your favorite soup?
Not tomato.
Oh, no.
I don't like tomatoes.
My mom loves tomato soup.
It's not for me.
I made potato soup last week, and that was good.
Ooh, potato soup's good.
But I love broccoli and cheese. That's
Yeah.
my favorite.
I just don't eat a lot of soup. I'll eat it if someone makes it, but I guess the problem is I don't make a lot of soup.
Okay.
Vegetable beef soup, I do
Ooh.
make that.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll make it good too.
I
I'll make
bet.
it real good.
Lots of meat.
Lots of everything.
Lots of potatoes and carrots.
I cheap out on cooking. I don't do it from scratch.
What?
But have you ever seen those Bear Creek soup packets?
Is that like the packet and you add to it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I bought 2, but I've never made them.
They're delicious.
Oh, I'll have to try it.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Shane and Rachel here. You're listening to Centralia on Air. Here's a look at the community calendar. Centralia BPW is hosting a Through the Decades Trivia Night on Friday, January 25th at the Centralia Elks Lodge. Doors will open at 6, and the top 3 teams will win cash.
Spring in the Beehive on Saturday, January 26th in the Woodlawn Community Building from 9 to noon.
Daddy-Daughter Dance on Saturday, February 16th, starting at 6. It will be $25 per couple, plus $10 each additional child. Call the Mount Vernon Parks and Recreation Office for ticket information at 242-6890.
Centralia's Home and Garden Business Expo will be held at the Centralia Rec Complex on Saturday, February 16th and Sunday, February 17th.
Senior Day bus trip on March 10th, leaving from Centralia to go spend the day at the casino, only $25 per person. RSVP by February 4th by contacting Gina Jolliffe at 267-4807.
And a look at your local blood drives, Monday, January 28th at Salem Hospital from 2 to 6, Wednesday, January 30th at Blueford Elementary from 2 to 6, and Thursday, January 31st at Mount Vernon High School from 12 to 4.
And that's a look at your community calendar on X95 and the Big 1210. You can hear Shane and I every Sunday at 11 for more things going on in the area. If you have an event you would like to share, you can call, email, or stop by. For more information about these events and others, check out our website at x95radio.com.
That's it for this week. If you'd like to comment on anything, hit us up on all the social things at X95 Radio. If you like what you heard today, come back next Sunday at 11 on X95 in the Big 1210. You can also find past shows on YouTube.
And for our X95 listeners, be sure to check out Open House Party tonight starting at 6 and Slow Jam starting at 11.
Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, she's Rachel Rowdy,
And he's Shane Lothar.
and this was Centralia on Air.